Hey guys, today we have my version of a Damsel Fly Nymph pattern that I like to call the Straggle is Real. This fly can be fished on an intermediate line in the shallows just with a slow hand twist retrieve or a slow strip retrieve as well. Today I'll be tying on a Togens curved nymph hook in size 14 2x cap. I'll be using some brass beads in matte black color for the eyes. Got some olive UTC 70 thread, some ultra wire in gold size small, and some Semperfli straggle string for the body. A little bit of scud back for the wing casing up front. And I'm using some Marabou Select plumes. I'll tie this in a light olive or olive color. You want to make sure that you use Marabou Select plumes instead of woolly bugger material for this pattern. These Select plumes have finer fibers and they really dance and are lively in the water to imitate the Damsel Fly Nymph. You'll see me wrapping the thread just a couple of times underneath those tail fibers. That's just to bring up the tail and prevent it from flattening out around the hook bend there. Now I'll attach the scud back to the front of this pattern and tie that back a little bit. You always want to make sure that this is very centered before you secure it in. I always find it's easier to do a couple of loose wraps around the material and then cinch it down once you're happy. And then with these eyes, I wrap them up on a piece of wire as well and just twist them and then get them aligned properly on the head, and then we'll do figure eights throughout those to make sure that they're nice and secure, and leave a couple of centimeters in between the eyes so that they really stick out on either side of the body. Here I'm just adding in the ultra wire, and I'll bring that back right to the base of the tail there. And then we're adding in the Semperfli straggle string. This is in lichen color. It is lights out. It has some UV qualities to it that in the water column it really drives these fish crazy. And we'll just continue to wrap this straggle string up to the front of the fly here, making sure that each wrap you do is touching the previous one, so that it's nice and concise and compact. And we'll go ahead and tie that string off. And then I always do a little pre-trimming here on the top of the fly, just make it easier after we wrap the rib up the fly. With wire, I like to counter wrap so that it doesn't get buried in the materials, especially with something buggy like the straggle string. Counter wrap, and then we'll lock off that wire, helicopter it out of there. Now at this point we're going to fold back that scud back, making sure that it's as centered as possible between those eyes. And then we're going to give some securing wraps. I always like to do a couple of whip finishes near the end to make sure that nothing's going to come undone. And then I do always trim these on just a 45-degree angle, get it nice and clean presentation wise. I know the fish probably could care less of the minute details, but heck, since we're doing this, we've got to make it as perfect as possible. Along the back side of the body there, you'll notice I'm just trimming up some of those straggle string fibers, and then what that does is it's just really going to accentuate the legs underneath this bug. Then I'll finish it with a little bit of crazy glue around that whip finish so that's nice and secure. Get your marabou plumes to length, and there you guys have it. The straggle is real. Give it a try. Hope you guys like this video, and we'll see you on the waters.